Have you just built a beautiful website that you are ready to share with the world? Or maybe you have an amazing idea for a business and you want to snag that web address before somebody else beats you to it. Either way, you're going to need a domain name. I'm Ashley from Wix Made Simple, and in this video, I've partnered with Wix to walk you through the entire process of getting a custom domain step by step. So we're going to cover everything from brainstorming the perfect name to officially connecting that domain to your website. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to buy a domain. Getting a domain name comes down to 4 steps. We're going to choose your name, pick your extension, register it, and connect it to your website. And with Wix, you can do all of this in one place. Let's dive in. First things first. What exactly is a domain name? Simply put, a domain name is the digital street address that people are going to type into their web browsers to find your website. Technically, websites live behind long strings of complicated numbers called IP addresses, but because nobody wants to memorize a number like this one just to go shopping online, we use domain names like Wix.com instead. Think of a domain name as renting a unique piece of digital real estate. Just like a physical street address, no two websites can ever use the same domain at the same time. So when you register a domain, it's completely yours. So how do you pick the right domain? Finding a name that's going to fit your brand long term can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to guess. An AI domain name generator like Wix Domains helps you search for a domain name for your business. You're going to start with your ideal domain name, and if it isn't available, you'll instantly get dozens of clever available names tailored to your brand. So whether you use AI or you brainstorm the old-fashioned way, I do want you to keep these 4 things in mind. Number 1, keep it simple. Choose something that's easy to spell, to pronounce, and to remember. If you say it out loud on a podcast or on a YouTube video, people should be able to go to their web browser and type that in without asking, how do you spell that? Number 2, keep it short. Aim for 2 to 3 words maximum. Shorter names are going to look cleaner and they're drastically going to reduce typing mistakes. Number 3, we are going to ditch numbers and hyphens. So you do not want to use something like my-bakery-business-for-you.com. Hyphens are going to look really messy and numbers are going to confuse people. If you've got 4 in your domain name and somebody hears that, is it the number 4 or are they going to type in the word F-O-U-R? All right, and number 4, we want to think about our future growth. So don't box yourself in. If you sell shoes today and in the future you might sell fitness apparel, FargoRunningshoes.com is going to limit you, whereas you can use something broader like FargoAthletic.com and have room to grow. So in addition to those 4 things, I want you to avoid these major pitfalls. Don't choose something trendy or slang that is going to look dated in a year or 2, and always do a quick trademark search. Make sure that the name you intend to use isn't accidentally infringing on an existing legal business name. Next up, you need to pick a domain extension. A domain extension is the end part of your web address. It is technically known as a top-level domain or a TLD. And while there are hundreds of options out there, let's take a look at the most popular. .com. This is the undisputed king of the internet. Everybody knows it. It is probably the most recognized, trusted, and memorable domain extension worldwide. So if your brand name is available at a .com, snag it. .net. So this was originally meant for technology networks, but .net is now recognized as a highly professional domain extension. It's a great second choice if your ideal .com is already taken. .org. .org is traditionally reserved for nonprofits, for charities, educational institutions, community organizations. So if your business or project fits into one of these categories, .org could be a great choice for you. .io has exploded in popularity among tech startups and software companies. It's trendy, modern, it's perfectly acceptable if you are in the digital space. So do you have to get a .com? Not anymore. There are so many TLDs to choose from. If your exact business name is taken as a .com, secure a .net, .co, or some other localized extension like .ca or .co.uk. Those work just fine, and they still hold immense credibility with your audience. Once you have a short list of names, it is now officially time to see if those names are available. All right, to do this, head over to the Wix domain search tool, and you're just going to type your ideas right into that search bar, and it will instantly let you know if your desired domain is available. If your dream domain is taken, don't panic. Wix domains will automatically show you alternative extensions and available variations. So you might just find a cleaner variation that you hadn't really thought of, like adding a small action word. So get or shop to the beginning of your business name. And then you can also change the ending of your domain name or that TLD to get something that's available. Once you find the perfect available name, it's time to make it official through domain registration. One of the things that I love about Wix Domains is that you can buy, host, and manage your website all in one place. So that means that everything is going to live in one place when it comes to your website. There's no need to have a bunch of different accounts. You never have to go into your email inbox and try to figure out where you purchased the domain and what your login credentials were. Now, here's something that most beginners don't realize. You do not have to wait until your website is completely finished. In order to register a domain, there's actually 2 really good times to do it. If you have found a name that you absolutely love, but you're not quite ready to build that website yet, you can register your domain right away. And this is going to reserve that name for you so that nobody else can use it. And because domains are relatively inexpensive, it's a really good way to protect your brand before you're ready to build. On the other hand, if you are actively building a website and you do plan to upgrade to a Wix Premium plan, it may make sense to wait until you're ready to launch. That's because most annual Wix Premium plans do come with a free domain voucher for your first year, which can save you a little bit of money up front. Whichever route you choose, the registration process takes less than 2 minutes. So you simply are going to add your desired domain to your cart, choose your registration period, which is typically 1, 2, or 3 years, and then complete checkout. Which brings us to, how much does a domain cost? Most standard domain names cost somewhere between $10 and $30 per year, depending on the domain extension that you choose. Premium domains or highly sought after names can cost significantly more, but for most small business owners or bloggers or content creators, a standard domain is all you need. And while you may come across offers advertising a free domain name, you do want to make sure to read the fine print. Many of these services require you to use a subdomain, which means that your web address might look something like yourbusiness.blogsite.com instead of yourbusiness.com. A custom domain is going to look more professional, it's going to be easier for your customers to remember, and it's going to help establish trust in your brand. So for most website owners, it's a small investment that pays off in a big way. Once you hit purchase, there are 3 critical settings that you need to check immediately to keep your site safe. First, domain privacy. By law, every time a domain is registered, the owner's name, email, and phone number is going to be saved to a global public database called Whois. And if you don't turn on domain privacy, scammers and telemarketers will scrape that list and bomb your phone with spam. Wix offers domain privacy options at checkout. You want to make sure that you keep those enabled to mask your personal data. Second, ensure that you have an SSL certificate. This is the technology that's going to encrypt data that's passing through your site, and it's going to display a secure little padlock icon next to your URL. It is absolutely vital for SEO, for user safety, and for processing payments. The best part is that Wix does include a free SSL certificate for every domain hosted on their platform. Third, turn on auto-renewal. Domains are leased, not owned forever, so if your credit card expires or you miss your domain renewal date, your website goes down, someone else can legally buy that name out from underneath you. It can be very hard to get back, so always flip on that auto-renew switch, just for peace of mind. The final step is connecting your domain to your website. If you did purchase your domain directly through Wix, congratulations. This step is completely hands-free, so Wix is going to handle the domain setup behind the scenes for you automatically. However, if you did buy your domain name somewhere else, like GoDaddy or Namecheap, you can still connect that domain to your Wix website. You're just going to do it a little differently. So you're going to need to update what's called your DNS settings. Now, don't let the tech terms scare you. In your Wix dashboard underneath Connect Domain, Wix is going to give you 2 specific lines of text called name servers. And all that you have to do is copy those lines, log into your external domain provider, and then you're going to paste them into your DNS management page and hit save. So Wix is going to walk you through that step by step, and it's going to be really specific for each different domain provider, depending on where you purchased your domain. Make sure that that process is nice and smooth. I do always advise my clients to transfer that domain to Wix once they get it connected. I think it makes life a lot easier when you're a small business owner to just manage all of your website parts in one place. So if you are planning to transfer your domain over to Wix, Wix is going to make that process very easy as well. Keep in mind that domain changes can take anywhere from a few minutes to a full 48 hours to fully propagate across the global internet. So if your site is not loading under that new domain name right away, you just want to give it a few minutes and keep an eye on your inbox for an email confirmation. And there you have it. You now know exactly how to brainstorm, choose, register, and connect your perfect domain name like a professional. So if you are ready to get started, I've left a direct link for the Wix domain search and the Wix domain name generator tools in the description below. All right, if you found this guide helpful, I want you to hit that like button and subscribe to Wix Made Simple for more stress-free Wix website tutorials like this one. Go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section as well with your domain name that you ended up grabbing. I would love to take a look at your website. And if you are still in the process of building your website, or you're really not sure which domain name you should go with and you want to talk to a real person, go ahead and book some time with me. We can work one-on-one together to help problem solve, troubleshoot, and get your website live. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.